All right, in this video, we're going to start by uh, going over the section selecting from a center point, and we're going to be focused on this screw right here. This is on page 68 of your textbook. So let's go ahead and zoom in on our screw, and then we're going to choose the elliptical marquee tool. So one of the things that's going to help us out with this is you have to make sure that you click the Alt key and then click in the center of this screw head, and then you're going to drag it out. So basically, I'm going to put my cursor in the center. I'm going to click Alt, and then I'm going to click and hold the mouse button and then drag out, right? So that way you can make a perfect circle, and you can get it all the way around your screw head. And you just let go, and then it has it selected. I'll show you that one more time. So you want to hold Alt, go to the center, and it starts pulling out your circle, and then get it around your screw head. There we go. And then let go. Oops. One more time. There we go. All right. So now we have like a perfect circle, and we're good to go. Let's see. Deselect. So you could also hold Shift, and it'll give you a perfect circle. Um, but as you can see, it's kind of like off. So you can hold the space bar and then move it to line it up, but you're holding Shift all at the same time, and then line it up, and then you could do it like that. That'll also give you a perfect circle. It's just a little bit more of an annoyance. Really depends on which way you want to do it. I like holding Alt. I feel like it works better. So now, resizing and copying the selection. So we're going to go back. I mean, you can go back to zoom, or you can hit Control 0. I feel like Control 0 is just easier. And then we're going to select our move tool. And then we're going to drag it to the corner of our shadow box. And now we want to change the size of it, because that's a huge screw for this shadow box. So if you go to edit, and then go to transform, and then go to scale, um, you have this little double arrow here pointing in, and you can drag it down to it where it's smaller, and go done. And still a little bit too big for me. So we're going to go scale, make it a little bit smaller. Move your arrow keys around until you're happy with it. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Looks pretty good. I like the size of it. Right there. All right. So now we're going to cover moving and duplicating our screw. So we have our move tool selected, and we're going to press Alt and then click on our screw, and then just drag it up there to another corner. Now, if we were to hold Alt and Shift and click over, I'm trying to move it up and down, right? But it won't let me move it up and down. It'll stay directly in line with that one. So just so I can show you this way as well, I was to hold Alt and Shift and then click and drag it. I can't move left and right. I can only move straight up and down. All right. And then you get it where you want it, and then go boom, Alt Shift, boom, Alt Shift, boom, and then Alt Shift. You see that pink line? The pink line lets you know it's in line with the screw to the right, this screw over here. So once you get it lined up, you can let go, and then you'll be good to go. But I made a copy, so I don't want that. All right. So there we go. We have those lined up. Looks pretty good. And we can deselect it. And I'm liking the way it looks. So the last thing we got to do is crop the image. We've already used the crop tool. So you're going to click on crop tool. You want to make sure that delete crop pixels is checked. You want to make sure that it says ratio. Some of y'all might still have width, heights, resolution from lesson 2. You want to make sure you have ratio and delete crop pixels. And then I'm going to fit my image to screen with Control 0. And then we're going to crop it down until it gets to that point where we only see the shadow box. And hit check mark. And I still have a little bit of white on the edges. So I want to go just a little bit more down. Let's see. Perfect. Oh, no, it's not perfect. All right. So once we do that, we want to make sure that we go ahead and hit File and Save. And then our file is saved. Remember, in order to turn this assignment into Schoology, you need to go to File, Save a Copy. And it's probably best to choose your download folder. And then name it Shadowbox-Frank. And you want to save it as a PSD. And say OK. And then save a copy. Every time we're going to turn it in, we're going to save a copy. And we're going to name it the same thing, but as a JPEG. And then save a copy. And then now you're ready to turn it in. So that's all we have for this lesson. And I will see you in the next lesson.